I got this large terrarium at an estate sale for, I think it was like $13. And we are gonna make a nice terrarium out of it. There's the hawk. Before there was a Tiffany Outdoors, there was Tiffany the farmer.
On a U-turn when possible.
No, we're not U-turning.
Hi. Hi, what are you doing? Hi, Boo. What?
So this container is right at about 12 inches high and 8 inches at the top here. And I went online and got a cover for it, a clear acrylic cover to go over it. This is really nice. It has a nice stand, but it's got this little knob at the end. I'm going to fill this section up with some rocks. I've got some rocks that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to fill this section up, put in my drainage layer, put my mesh on top, and then my soil mix, and then we're going to put some plants in here. Oh, another thing, is it coming across? It has, look, it's got designs on there. So I'm going to put it to where these designs are on the sides. That way I have a clear viewing front. First step, fill in that bottom section. Then for my drainage layer, I got some of these accent rocks. They look really nice, and I really like the natural colors, so I'm going to use these as my drainage layer. You can use whatever you have on hand. You just want to make it so that there's a separation between the soil and where excess water can get down to. You don't want your soil soaking in a bunch of excess water. I really like these rocks. They have a natural color to them, and the varied colors, and they're very, very nice. And I want to say I got those on clearance. I think I only paid like $1 or $2 for these. Next, I have some window screen mesh, and that's going to be my drainage. That's going to be my separation for my drainage layer. Next is going to be the charcoal layer. And this layer here is just like a purification layer. It's kind of like it'll remove any impurities in the water or the soil. I put a nice little healthy amount in there. Now we can add our soil mix. And I banked it up going towards the back to give it a little bit more depth. Now let's add some plants. I have these plants left over from another build. Next up is another fern. I really like these. Fluffy ruffle fern. Very, very beautiful. I have these little spoons and forks and a knife to help me get into these smaller sections. That way I can use this to scoop up dirt wherever I need it to, that my hands cannot reach. Lightly tamp the soil down around it using my little terrarium tool. And next up I have some of this Photonia, which is got the reddish pink veins in them. So beautiful. Alright, this seems a little too big for the planter, so what I'm going to do is break this in half. Have a smaller section. There we go. That'll look better in there. Oh my goodness, this looks so good, y'all. I love the way this looks already. I'm just barely finished with it. Next, I'm going to add some of this spearpoint ivy. I love this. I love the variegated colors, and this is going to give this a lot more color and variation in leaf size, and because it's got variegated leaves, this is going to look amazing. Put this on the right hand side. I'm going to take a small clipping of this Ficus pumila, which is also called curly fig. Look at those leaves. Aren't they cute? They're so little and cute. I'm going to take a small clipping of this. Now, guys, when you go to Walmart and you see how pitiful this thing looks? So I asked them to discount this, and they did. Yeah, I think it was like $1 and, well, you see 52 cents. It's like $1.52. The manager discounted it for me. It looks pitiful. I went around my yard and got a bunch of moss, and I'm rehydrating it and soaking it in clean water. And why I did that is to get any bugs. There were 2 beetles living in there, so I took those beetles and placed them back outside. And you want to do that if you don't want some unwanted creatures in your terrarium, which I wouldn't have minded the beetles, but I would need to know what kind of beetles they were, how to care for them, what they eat, and make sure they were taken care of. But I don't want to do all that with this terrarium, so I set them back outside where I got them from. All right, let's place in some of this beautiful moss. I'm going to give this a good thorough watering. Then I'm going to take a piece of paper towel with my tweezers and clean the inside of the glass. Now for a final wipe down on the outside. Last thing I need to do is peel off the paper off this acrylic disc that I got to use as a lid. I ordered this from, I think I got it from eBay. And this is 8 inches. And it wasn't too expensive either. And y'all, I just looked up the cost on this Princess House vase, and You guys know I sell on eBay, right? Yeah. Apparently this thing is pretty rare. And I just filled it up with a bunch of plants and dirt. But it's beautiful though. Oh my goodness, I love it. The last thing I need to do is add some springtails. Springtails will keep this terrarium healthy and clean.